one man, tossed eternally into the wilderness. He will have to battle and beat some of Runeskape's toughest monsters in order to supply and upgrade his weaponry and armour. All of this whilst being able to be attacked by any other player at all times. But who would take on such a fearsome challenge? I present to you, Wildanator. Previously, on Wildanator. As we had a Hellhouse task, we went up to Vetion and got some more KC, spent some time in our favourite location, and landed ourselves an oh so lovely 8mm emblem. Did a Scorpio task while also knocking out some combat achievements. And finally, we got ourselves 83 Slayer and slipped the raunchy red runners on our also cold toes. Hello guys and welcome to episode 43 of the Wilderness Only Ironman series. We're going back to some wilderness skilling on this one. We're going to bust open some Spoils of War and Laren's Keys to see what supplies we can have and what we can bank. The main focus of this episode is going to be leveling skills that are actually of use to the account. Herblore to continue to walk towards 72 for range potions. Crafting at 74 we unlock the combat bracelet, and at level 80 the amulet of glory. Fletching at 80 we can make our own magic short bows, and at 85 we can make the magic longbow. That's the main skills in terms of gear upgrades, but I eventually want to unlock as much content as possible, so that means that I'll also want to work towards 89 agility for all the Revenant dungeon shortcuts. This could become more of a priority if it helps with the Revenant boss. 84 thieving for the road chest. And although it's unlikely I'll allow myself to do the quest for the diaries, I'd like to do every elite task that I'm able to do, so I'll also like to work towards 85 fishing, 90 cooking, 85 mining, 90 smithing and 75 fire making for the diaries. Obviously some of these levels are absolutely huge and made harder at times by the dodgy XP rates that we have available to us within the wilderness, but it'd be nice to see if further down the road we can't get some of those ticked off, and in this one get some of those gear upgrades knocked out. Herblore on an Ironman is a pretty tricky skill, but on an Ironman that doesn't have access to farming, it really is quite difficult to train. Most of my herbs have had to come from the Chaos Druids. The positive is it's pretty AFK and it's enabled me to train up a lot of my melee stats. So far I've slayed a whopping 40,000 Chaos Druids. I've managed to make my trips pretty long here by only picking up herbs so I'm able to get secondaries for within the wilderness, but also making unfinished potions here. As you can see, they drop a nice amount of water-filled vials, which is absolutely ideal as they're a pain in the arse for me to make. They also drop snape grass, which means I actually have everything to make prayer potions down here. Whilst I can make unfinished potions, prayer potions and things, I'm able to bank less, which obviously means I'm able to get more kills per hour. Here are a bulk of our potions, or unfinished potions, and all the secondaries I've got for them. We're starting off at level 62 and seeing how close we can get to 72 with what we've already collected. 63. Level 64, oh, and that is 1400 total. 65, 66, that unlocks super defense potions. 67, 68 Herblore. We had snapdragons from killing Wildanator, so we're able to make our own super restores, which are going to be super handy potions, and that's going to get us 69. And that will be our final level. We're just 3 away from range potions. Next up is crafting. Our only viable way to train crafting really is cutting gems and making jewellery. We currently have a really solid amount of gems banked. 69 crafting. That's level 70 crafting. We can now make our own amulets of power if we wanted to. So the way in which we make jewellery is by taking some gold ore and gems out of the bank. As the furnace is a little walk away, I use that time to superheat the gold ore. We then make the jewellery at the furnace. I then either enchant it if I'm going to be using the jewellery, or alch it on the walk back. It's just to try and keep it somewhat efficient and do something whilst we're walking to the furnace there and back. I say efficient loosely in terms of wilderness efficiency anyway. So it looks like we're going to be getting around 20k crafting and 8 to 9k smithing XP an hour. And as you can see, we are just about to get ourselves level 71 from the tracker. Some of this jewellery is actually much better XP than I thought it was going to be, considering we have to run to the furnace. As you can see, making the Rings of Wealth, it looks like we're going to be getting around 34k XP an hour, which really isn't too bad at all. We are just about to come in with level 72 crafting. Chance to make a nice little bit of cash off of these bracelets. They actually out for 2,300 each, which is a really decent bit of coin. Coming in with level 73 crafting, which apparently is red D-hide van braces. I only wish we could make those, but unfortunately we got no way of tanning the red D-hides. What is probably going to be just a few small strung together clips for you has taken me an astronomically long time, or so it feels. As you can see, sometimes we just keep getting attacked by the zombie and things, which is quite frustrating, you know, because it stops you in your smithing XP. But we are finally very nearly there, and we are just about to hit ourselves that level 74 crafting, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about. It now means we can make those combat bracelets. Here we are, about to make our first combat bracelets on the account, and that is going to provide us with an absolutely huge upgrade. We haven't been able to have any gloves on the account, so super stoked about these ones. What is one man's trash is another man's treasure, and I am absolutely over the moon with the combat bracelets. Have a look at those bloody stats. Decided to take a little break from skilling as we've been out for a while and head up to the Revenant Caves. This one is a voice-over. PK gets on us, and I just think with the new graphics it looks so cool. I know that HD has been out for a couple of weeks now, but I just think when you're PK with HD and his little pet and everything, I just think everything about this clip is really cool. I really like the look of the whole game. Revenant Caves, Ferox Enclave, it all looks absolutely awesome. Look at his little pet there. Also, we did manage to get the escape, so I don't look too silly voicing over this one. Well, that is pretty bloody mental. I've just noticed that we've just ticked over 20 million range XP. This clip's a pretty funny one. So the guy gets on me and he's outputting some really decent damage. He's completely maxed. He's a 126. He does have the 75 agility. I think he just has 75 agility, but we still go to use the agility shortcut because sometimes you can just sort of get gap over it and things like that. Didn't manage to land the entangle, so we go for the agility shortcut. He pulls out melee just as we jump over, so he just ends up moonwalking back and away from us. We get the gap and we run away. Quite enjoyed that one. So another guy gets on us, and to be fair to him, he's a very, very good PKer. He's really decent. But to not be fair to myself, this is some absolutely awful tanking. I double E and prayer block myself. I then do it again and prayer block myself again. So I've managed to successfully prayer block myself twice, so I'm not able to get my protect prayers on, which is just absolutely awful. The fact that I did it not only once but twice, and unfortunately he's just putting out way too much damage, and at this point I'm literally just scrabbling all over the place. To be completely honest, since we got the 75 agility, we have been dying a lot less here. It's pretty infrequent that we do end up dying up here, but this guy just outputs, and I just thought this is quite a funny clip because just one, how bad I PK'd, two, how much I splash in tangles, and three, it just ends up in my demise, and who doesn't like to see me go down? Oh yeah, you come attacking me up at the Revenant Caves and tell me to put me in my video? What sort of a terrible YouTuber puts himself dying in a video? You know, make myself look proper silly. As if I'm going to do that, you absolutely will not see this clip in the video. And as you can see, we are just about to get ourselves a level 98 hit points. There it is. So just one level now to go on the hit points. Oh, a PK. Let's not tell you where. Let's not tell you where. Let's see what this boy can do. Let's see what he's got in him. Give him the old TB. I've got a full inventory of food, so we should be pretty good here, boys.
Out fucking played. Out fucking played.
So after a bit of fun up at the Revenant Caves, it's time to get back to business on the old skilling grind, and we got a whole load of smithing supplies in the bank, so let's get cracking on that. Before we can start the smithing grind, we're going to need to buy some more than that, so we're going to need tens of thousands, and we only got 1,700. Luckily, we got a whole bunch of cash. Speaking of cash, congratulations, Bren, on your 30 mil drop. Very nice, mate. But let's get some of this cash spent up, and yeah, get buying those nature runes. after some time of tedious shop buying, in about 3 seconds for you guys, we have 20k natures. We're going to leave it there because I'm just bored of buying runes, frankly. We also got some of the other runes because whilst we're buying them in the shop, we might as well just grab some more. And with the superheat of this iron ore, that is going to be level 74 smithing. For those of you that have been watching this series since the start or early on, will probably remember us up in the resource centre on the early mining and smithing grind. The method basically is we just use the 3 iron rocks, we mine them. After we've mined them, we superheat twice so it gives them a chance to respawn. We rinse and repeat till we got a full invent. We then superheat whilst running over to the anvil. We make 4 iron plate bodies from the iron bars. We rinse and repeat that method over and over. It's levelled out at about 24k mining, 24k smithing XP an hour, which honestly isn't terrible. That's 71 mining up here, and if we had access to anything near as good as that, we'd be able to get ourselves a crystal pickaxe. But to be honest, the dragon pickaxe is a lovely one as well. Level 75 smithing, and we can now actually make adamant scimitars, which I think is a hard though requirement. So we decided to take some time out of the resource centre. We did dive for some gnats, although that wasn't really the issue, as we have plenty of cash. Although for a while it's quite a fun method, it is pretty click intensive. We decided just to power mine some iron at the Hobgoblin mine. This one feels very nostalgic for me, and as you can see we did an hour test and we got about 43k per hour, which is pretty nice. We also have some banked ores and some interesting smithing methods, so for a while we're just going to stay and power mine here. We are just about to pick ourselves up level 73 mining. 74. And that's going to be level 75 mining. As you can see, there is my level 75 mining, and Key giving me the GZ, but no, fucking GZ to you, mate. 99 strength and attack. Massive congratulations, mate. What a top lad. And throughout the episode, we've been doing a bit of AFK, fletching, and that's level 80, which means we can now make our own magical short bows. Over to the goals, boys. Before we review, I just wanted to say, if you're looking for a chill community, we have a great bunch of lads in the CC and the Discord. Recently, some of the members have been getting together and doing some events with prizes and all that sort of jazz, so feel free to hop in the CC or give me an ad on Discord and I'll throw you in our server. I stick all the information on the description of every video. But that being said, as you can see, we've now ticked off the combat bracelet and we're getting closer to that glory. It's really starting to fill up this sheet. We still have the chain mace to get, which is a pretty huge one. We still got 2 of the rings and the Elder Chaos Druid, which is pretty simple. I just haven't had the task ready, so other than that, it's all full up. Following that, we're going to be starting a Season 2 type thing, which is really nicely timed with all the wilderness updates we've got coming out soon, so I'll have a whole new load of goals to achieve. And as always, an absolutely massive thank you to you boys supporting the dream. At the Entangle and Log tier, we have Wheeze, we have Mr. Pancakes, we have Guitar 9, we have GBMF, we have Alex, we have LYUW2, we have Anime, and we have Corey, also known as Key of Narcotics. And at the top tier, we still have Mr. Air, absolute bloody legend, you are, boy. To all the lads that watched, like, subscribe, comment, and all that good stuff, thank you very much, and until next time, goodbye.